time frame? Have you decided for sure you're coming back next year? There's some draft lists coming out now with your name on them. How are you going to weigh all
Yeah, I just like today, like just put in my name for the assessment. I guess the NFL does the basic one. I haven't really done or heard too much concrete information about what decision I should make. Obviously in my gut feeling, I'm leaning and have been leaning all season towards coming back. But same thing. I want to go through that process and not make sure that I just make kind of a rash decision too early.
I guess what kind of feedback are you looking for? I guess what are you, regardless of your season, what are you trying to figure out about what the...
Just if I came out, where did people see me? And I think that if teams find out that I am coming out, then that's when they can start making that assessment, or could come out. They could start making that assessment and just trying to get the information from sources that I have at my disposal about that kind of thing. I don't really necessarily know what it is, but there's probably a point where if I hear concretely that I'm drafted this high, then might make the decision. But you never know.
What do you say to? The coaches have been pretty clear that they need to get some transfer receivers, like Wildcats did last year. What do you say to those guys when they come on campus and they talk to you just about the offense, about the future of the program?
I think, first and foremost, you literally just watch our tape and watch the tape of our system, which is what the Rams run. It really is the best offense for anybody who has aspirations to play at the next level at any position, really. And I think that alone is very attractive. And then also what we've done as an offense this past year is kind of proving that. It was our first year, but we put up some really good numbers, had some really good games, and Coach Cohen was able to make some really good calls. So they can also look at Wandell, obviously, the year he's had, being his first year here, the first time playing this offense, and still being able to contribute like he did. It's very attractive for any receiver, any skill position, or anybody really to play in this offense for sure.
What does this say about the program in total, that this has become such a strong location for guys in the transfer portal? Guys have wanted to play here for a while, but specifically lately, to see that success, what does it say about the program?
Yeah, just it shows that we have contributed to the success of the program and are working towards where we want to be, which is obviously to win a national championship. And I think each year in these past few years, they've definitely chipped away at it, and I've been happy enough to be a part of a year where I think we've definitely contributed to that goal as well. So just a matter of keep improving, and it's definitely a spot that I think anybody at any position should consider from a football standpoint alone, but then also just Kentucky as a school and Lexington as a city. It's a great place to be.
What was Philly like?
It was awesome. I hadn't thrown much since the Louisville game, and just to be out there as a team, forgot what the coaches' faces looked like after them being out recruiting for so long. So it's good to get back in meetings, finally getting our concrete schedule for the bowl game, and when we'll be able to be home, and when we have to be down in Orlando, and what the practices are going to look like leading up to it. So a lot of questions that a lot of our parents have been itching to get from us too. So it was exciting, and looking forward to practice until we get down there as well.
A lot of bowl practice is about developing young guys. Are there one or two guys maybe that we didn't see play a lot this year that you're eager to see how they progress over this next year?
One name, Chris Lewis, is the one name that comes to mind, receiver. He just made some plays out there today. It was cool to see, we had the first, second, and third strings all go. Usually the third strings don't get any reps really running our offense at practice, because either they're working with the scout team or maybe getting some reps in with the twos. But they went out there and executed, and I thought did a really good job today. And he made a couple plays in particular that opened some eyes for sure. And I think that he gets some more time of development, both from a physical and mental standpoint, that he can be a really good player.
What was your reaction and just the overall team's reaction to Mark saying that he's going to stay here with what happened at Oklahoma and Notre Dame?
Yeah, it's awesome. I think there were a lot of schools out there, and there's still a lot of schools that kind of have that question mark around them, whether they're going to be having a new coach or not. And it's just a kind of a good sigh of relief for us to not have to worry about that. And I think that he knows how great of a position he's in here and what we have the ability to do in the future. And I think that he truly believes in this program, and that's why he's staying. And I'm happy for him. He deserves the biggest contract he can get. He's a great coach, and we completely support him just like he supports us.
How do you feel about being the starting quarterback for an SEC team going up against the Big Ten?
It's fun. It's fun, especially Iowa. I've history just with the program. They were my first Power 5 offer. My recruiting process was a little different compared to like your typical highly recruited quarterback out of high school in terms of like the timeline of it. I didn't really get any offers until the summer after my junior year, and Iowa was actually my first Power 5 offer. So they were the first team to really go out on a limb and take a shot on me. And I remember that day very well, sitting there with my parents getting that call, and one of the happiest days of my life, seriously. I think that if they don't take that shot on me, then who knows, maybe no other Power 5 team does, and you don't know what happens. So forever thankful for Coach Ferentz and his belief in me. They were right at the competition right until the end there when I had to make my decision for undergrad, but it's a great team. I'm excited to play against them for sure.
Art told us earlier today that the staff really hasn't had a chance to dive into the Iowa film too much, and that sort of thing. Have you guys, since that game was announced, just out of curiosity, been taking a peek at what?
Oh yeah, I mean, I've watched like some of their games they've played this year, at least for comparable offenses that we think, and I mean, I know in a sense what they're going to run, but just we don't know what we're going to try to do to attack it yet. At least I don't know. I mean, I have some ideas, but I don't make the calls. So excited to kind of get that game plan down, but until then, just continuing to study the tape and to understand what they do and what their philosophy is with their defense.
Do they remind you anyone from your meet?
They remind me of when I played them. So I've seen them before, so I know it's the same thing. They've been doing the same thing there for a while, and the reason why they have been doing the same thing is because they're good at it. And they're a very sound, fundamental football team. Most of the time, they don't BS you. You know what you're going to get, but it's a matter of just making the right decisions and not forcing anything. I think they've done a great job this year getting turnovers and stopping the runs, so just makes us more locked in and ready to go.
How have they picked up 24 passes?
Yeah.
How have they done that?
I mean, they make really good breaks on the ball. I think it's a product, too, of teams not taking what they're giving them, and if it's taking checkdowns or taking flat routes all day, that's what we're going to do, and we're not going to get bored and just take shots when we don't need to, you know. So that's what they've done. They've done a great job keeping things in front of them, and yeah, obviously they've been in positions this year of being as high as I think second in the country, and they are that type of team. They have that type of roster, and they have that type of game plan when they get to games. So really good team, excited to go down there.
Let's do a couple more. Anybody else? Okay, you're good. All right, thanks, Bill.
Thank you.